Hello y'all, this is Valector and I'm going to be showing you guys how to use macros today. Macros are really important when you're just like leveling your characters. Whether you're doing leaves or you're not doing leaves, they are pretty important if you don't want to sit there and craft billions of items over and over again by hand. Macros will save you from that terrible fate and make you a little bit happier with life. So this is basically how macros work. If you come into systems, you go into user macros. I have all my macros right here. Boom, boom, boom. So the way that you use these is you have to type in /action. That tells the macro that you're going to be using a attack or a move. So /action, and then you space it, and then you need to use quotations. So when you use quotations, quotation right here, and then type in the attack. The attack has to be perfect. Like, you can't, like for inner, you can't write I-N-E-R because that's Einer, and the game would be like, what's Einer? I don't know this word. I don't know what Einer is. And so you have to write I-N-N-E-R. And you even have to have the capital I. If you don't have a capital I and a capital Q, it'll still be like, der. So make sure that you have that right. So basically, the thing that I struggled with the most was the quotations, because I've played other games, and instead of quotations, they had you use parentheses. And so I'm like sitting there with parentheses around all my stuff and going, why isn't it working? Yeah! But that's pretty much not how it works. So, and then I tried or quotations, and it started working, and I was like, okay, okay, okay. Like I had other macros. Like they have pre-made macros for you. And I started looking at those, and they had actions in there, and so I saw that they had quotations around them, and I was like, okay, it must be quotations, not parentheses. So, lesson learned. Use quotations around your attacks. And so the other thing that you really want to focus on is when you drop down. So you see how there's a wait 3 here? This is telling him to wait 3 seconds and then perform the next action. So the other thing that I ran into issues with was trying to figure out how to set these actions so that my guy would do them, because I'd hit inner quiet and like that would work fine, but then I'd go down to steady hand and it would never work. Steady hand just wouldn't go. He'd keep proking inner quiet every time, and I was getting furious about it. I was like kind of getting a little angry until I started looking through the macro guides, because you have text commands here and you can look through here, and I saw wait all the way down here at the bottom, because you guys are awesome, Squaresoft. Like, cool, put wait all the way at the bottom. I mean, I know that it is in chronological order. I think chronological order is actually numbers, but whatever, you guys get what I meant. It's alphabetical order. There we go. That's the one. Yep, that's it. So we're gonna go down to wait and be like, oh, it's wait. We have to write wait, because wait is a macro command for adjusting the pause between commands. And I was like, oh, so there's got to be a pause between the command in order to have the next command go. So basically what this is telling it is, yo, I want you to use the action inner quiet. I want you to wait 3 seconds. I want you to use the action steady hand. I want to wait 3 seconds. I want to use basic touch. I want to wait another 3 seconds, use basic touch, and blah, 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 until the end. Then rumination and master's mend. And it was like, okay, I get it now. I'm like basically telling it what I want it to do. I can't just write inner quiet, because it'd be like, whoa, what do you want me to do with inner quiet? So you gotta write action. Anyways, that's how that works. You guys can make whatever macros you guys want to do. I prefer to use inner quiet first, steady hand, and then basic touch 5 times. If you guys, I have another video on how all these commands work and all that stuff, so look at that video if you want to learn about that, because I don't want to go in depth on it on this one. So, we are going to hit N. We are going to go to Pixie Plums. Now, use high quality items if you have them, because if you use a regular quality item, it'll start you off at a quality of 1%. See how it's at 15% now? That's a 14% jump. That's big. That's huge. Like, that's gigantic. So we're going to use that. Boom. Yeah, 15%. So then we're going to hit durability 70. And look at the macro do all the work for me. I don't even gotta do anything. Look at that. That cursor ain't even moving. I ain't doing nothing. I ain't touching nothing. I'm just sitting here, just chilling. And he's like, oh, I'm gonna make a 79, and then oh, I'm gonna make an 87, and then oh, I'm gonna make a 145 because I had a good. And we're just gonna keep doing that. Oh, look at that, another good. Boom. We got 172. Look at that. I'm already at 100%. Bam. See, look at that. Perfect success rate. Boom. See, this is much easier. Like, I can sit here, I can drink my coffee, and be like, oh, goodness, coffee. Coffee. And boom, look at that. 100%. 100%. I'm 100%er. Let's do it again. Like, I'm just gonna do this again so that way you guys can see just how well this stuff really works. Like, it'll at least get me up to 80%, if not 100 again. That really depends on how much a good pops up. Like, this time, the good's not wanting to pop up as much as it was before. See, it got me up to 88%, but still, 88% is really good, and I wouldn't have done any better if I'd been taking it by hand, because no goods popped up, so really I don't have a choice in the matter. See, like, right now I could pop another thing, but I'm not going to need to because it made a high quality item for me. And on this stuff, it's not really a big deal whether or not you make it high quality because, like, ooh. I almost went by hand there. I don't want to go by hand. Going by hand is boring. It's sad. It does not make me happy. But, like, I'm just trying to level my guy up. Ooh, it failed. How dare you. Anyways, I'm just trying to level my guy up right now. And I mean, making high quality items does go towards that, but it's really not a big deal to me right now whether it comes out high quality or not. Oh, I got one more thing to show you guys after he's done doing this. I mean, it's kind of obvious, but it took me a second to realize why it wouldn't work for me. Oh, see, no high quality that time. Not a big deal, though. That was still like an 83% chance or something. So if you go into user macros, and you look over your, boom, durability 70. So I have a durability 41. This is my 40 durability. Professions macro, I'm going to put 40, just so I know. 40. No, we're going to change the name completely. 40 durability macro. Okay, so perfect. Now I can look at it and be like, oh, that's 40 durability. Usually I can tell by the signs, because like one's like a carpenter one, and then these ones are like leatherworking kind of. So it's not really a big deal. But anyways, you see how this says 3 out of 13 out of 15? 3 out of 15. See how this says 13 out of 15 right here? Boom. It's telling me that I can only have up to 15 commands. So if you look right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I can only have 2 more in here. So that's why I have 2 different ones. I have durability 70, which is the one that starts off my my macro. And then I have the finish up 70 durability, which obviously by the name you can tell it finishes the macro for me. So that's really important. Like, I tried to make it to where I could like have this one macro my other macro, so like I'd be like durability 70 and then have this one in the durability 70 macro. That way I'd go through this and then it would go down into here and just finish this up, so that way I don't have to click on it. But apparently that doesn't work. It doesn't recognize macros as an action because it's not a built-in game action. It's something that we created, so it doesn't work. But so I have 2 of them. But I mean, it's still, doing this is still a lot easier than having to do it by hand. I mean, it's basically doing the same thing that I'd be doing anyways. I mean, this is the exact motions that I would be going through. The only difference is I'd be looking for the conditions, which, again, on this one, it's not that big of a deal. It's really not. Oh, failed twice. Wow, you're cool. You're awesome, dude. Thanks for failing twice. Love you, too. See, now he's done for right there. click this. But, like, come on, that's one click. He's doing everything that I want in 2 clicks, when it would usually be, like, 12. So, definitely a lot easier. Oh, I got high quality out of that one. So, basically, that's how macros work. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I'm more than happy to make another video and explain the things that you don't understand. I'm gonna run in circles. Run in circles! I don't have my mount out. Why don't I have my mount? Look at my pretty mount. Look at him. He's so pretty. Oh, he's my friend. I want a better one, but hey. He's my first cool mount, so I'm sticking with him. He's like awesome. Aethon loves me. He's my buddy. Anyways, I hope this video was helpful. Yeah, let me know if you need anything, if you have any questions about macros. Have a great day.